All right. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. A lot of chatter going on in the comments. Love it.
Hell yes, it is. It is not just hump day, it's head coach day. We have a new head coach, officially official, Kevin O'Donnell. Hell yeah, we'll definitely
Did
be
you call him
talking.
Kevin O'Donnell?
What the hell? I don't know
Oh
what's
my
going on.
God. I wish we could start over so bad. Kevin O'Donnell.
I was looking at my fist. I got confused, pumping it. Kevin O'Connell, KLC.
Tim Voss let the sausage party started. Hell yes. Kevin O'Connell. Cock is in the house. Cock is in the house. Love it. Love everything about it. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock is the press conference. I can't wait.
No hens in this cock house. That's for damn sure. Yeah, so there was a little bit of nervousness earlier in the week. Everybody's kind of freaking out on Twitter for no good reason. He's here, and I can't wait to see him in purple. He shows up in a nice purple blazer with a gold tie.
Yeah, you were freaking out. Not just Twitter. You were freaking out.
Well, I was getting nervous. I wasn't like sweating bullets or anything, but I was constantly refreshing that Twitter. I got a blister on my pointer finger from hitting refresh so many times. But it was just to the point where you get some guys, some pretty big names, not really dousing water on that thing. So it was getting a little nerve-wracking there.
Well, it wouldn't be Vikings-esque if there wasn't a little bit of drama at the end. But damn it, he's here. He's excited. He's bringing almost the whole damn staff with him. We're going to be the Minnesota Rams.
It sounds like it. It sounds like, just when anybody he can is coming north with him. So we'll see. We should have an official coaching staff, I think, by the end of the week. All the positions filled. Who exactly is going to be doing what roles?
LS, that's not a horrible idea. Not a horrible idea. White, and they will be wet.
Cock party.
Dripping wet.
Hell yes. Nipples poking through. For sure.
All right, let's give her a minute here. Venomous in the house.
Look at that. Look at that guy.
Hell yes. Yes.
Got a fresh cut.
We Kevin O'Connell talk. Of course, we're gonna be talking some Deshaun Watson. We're gonna be talking some draft. We're gonna be talking some free agency. A lot to talk about. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Again, this is really it now. The head coach is here. The coaching staff will be filled out. So now it can be just diving into free agency, diving into the draft, hitting it hard, looking at the holes in this roster. What are the Vikings going to do? And, we'll see. There was actually an interesting name that was released today. I don't know if you saw this or not, but Dante Fowler was let go. I don't think he'd be overly expensive, and an experienced edge rusher in a 3-4 got me thinking a little bit about that.
Shouldn't be expensive.
No, but I mean...
I don't think. I mean, I guess I don't. I'll have to look at his last couple of years, but Dante Fowler has been kind of ass, hasn't he?
I don't know. I just saw the name.
He plays in a 3-4.
Yeah, but I mean, he had some pretty good years there. Wasn't he with the Rams for a second too?
I mean, he had 4.5 sacks last year.
Yeah.
Dante Fowler. Hey, we'll take anything. Here's
the thing. We don't know what kind of
off season.
What kind of spending money are we going to have? You can't be, looking at all the freaking Corvettes. Maybe you got to get a Beretta every now and then.
Kevin O'Donnell, now you're throwing out some frickins. We better watch that. Judd is a negative Nelly. Who said that? Yeah, agreed. Johnny Molina in the house.
Johnny Molina.
Tim Voss wants to know what Venomous is smoking.
Macanudo.
Ace. I don't know what that is. I don't know anything
smoking
about cigars.
Ace. I think that's ass. I think it's slang for ass.
It's probably some very expensive Cuban cigar. But let's do this. Let's talk Kevin O'Connell. Let's talk about the big news. Drops this morning. Press conference tomorrow. Like I said, I cannot wait to watch that thing. I think everybody's fairly excited about Kevin O'Connell. You got to be at this point.
Well, obviously, he's what we wanted, a young, offensive-minded coach coming from a tree with very good roots, very good branches. You see the offense they run in Los Angeles. Very exciting. The way they use Cooper Kupp all over the field, use him as a blocker, use him as a primary target. It's exciting. And the Vikings offense is now going to be brought up to the modern age, and it's going to be fun to watch. And I'm here for it, and I cannot wait. And look at Patrick Harms. He's hard as a rock. He won't go away.
Well, get used to it, because that thing ain't going anywhere anytime soon, especially when we start seeing these beautiful free agents just coming here on a very cheap deal just to play with Kevin O'Connell.
Dante Fowler would be the first one.
All right, let's talk Kevin O'Connell. Let's talk pros. Let's talk cons. Let's start with the pros. No, let's start with cons. Let's end on high note with old KOC.
Yeah. Anybody comment? Go ahead and comment any negatives you see with the KOC hiring. I mean, personally for me, number one is just his inexperience. I mean, it's absolutely. He's never done it before. He's never even called plays since he was with the Reds Washington back in the day. I won't dare say that name, but so that's definitely your number one concern is the inexperience factor. How is he going to calling plays? Will he be aggressive? Will he, is he going to call the right plays at the right time? How he's going to manage the game, clock skills? We don't know any of this right now, so that is completely up in the air. And to me, that's my biggest fear when it comes to KOC.
Let's see in the comments. What's your biggest fear? Lumpicus is picking that low-hanging fruit.
We got to start somewhere.
Yeah, the Washington, it's kind of weird when you look at it because that was, I think that was your Alex Smith went down, right? Dirk Diggler wants you to flex.
He always does.
Yeah, I mean, LS 4 jobs in 7 years. Washington was with Washington. I mean, look at the team he was dealing with. It was a not great first year. The offense was last total yards. I think either second to last, but I'm not going to put a ton into that. You look at the guys he was playing with, not overly fantastic. My biggest concern with him is just unrealistic expectations out of the gate. I mean, we got to realize that it's a first-time head coach. He's got a roster and a salary cap right now that really isn't overly desirable. So we got to give this man some time. Look at Zach Taylor with the Bengals. His first 2 years, what do you have, like 5 wins? I mean, give him a little bit of time. I'm afraid that he starts off a little rocky, maybe his first year, 5-6 wins, and everybody's just piling on him. We got to give him time.
Well, and the 4 jobs in 7 years doesn't concern me one bit. I mean, they follow their guys around. Kyle Shanahan went to San Francisco. He went there. Sean McVay went to Los Angeles. I mean, he's following his guys around. So he's getting promoted every time. So it's not like he's a horrible coach. He's getting fired. So the moving around doesn't bother me. A lot of young coaches do that. I had a couple.
Well, Washington didn't keep him though. They didn't want him. Rivera did not want him.
Well, would you want to be in Washington? I'm pretty sure it was probably a mutual parting of ways.
Saying they didn't try to keep him.
Another thing that concerns me is just, if we do transition to the 3-4 and that's his decision, he wants to run this defense, it could be brutally tough year one, getting these guys in new positions, bringing guys in here that you think can fit, guys just not being used to this defensive scheme. So to me, that could be a major headache and a major concern, just switching to that 3-4 defense. And who knows if it's going to be a true 3-4, if it's going to be kind of a hybrid, maybe a little bit of both. Donatel has run some free 4-3 in his days as well. So to me, if you go straight to a 3-4 and you try to make these guys play some new positions, there can be some headaches and some growing pains there.
Yeah, but luckily it's not so much them playing new positions because we're going to have pretty much all new players on defense. So I can't see them really messing around with too many guys because not many of them are going to be back. And Bob Sweet, I'm glad you put in a personal fear. I'd love to see someone just straight up fears in life. Not so much about Kevin O'Connell.
What do you put? What's he scared of?
Scared of heights.
Oh, he's scared of heights. That's all he's afraid of. Just a little heights.
Yeah, if they need to adjust on the defense, so be it. I mean, it was the shittiest defense out there last year. Let him play it. Put James Lynch back at cornerback for all I care.
I don't think you want to do that, but yeah, I mean, there's gonna be some growing pains. But you're right, though. It can't get much worse than what we saw last year or the year before.
Yes. Dan Henneman, 3 years. Absolutely. Give this man some time especially after next year. I mean, our salary cap gets a little bit better, but gross. Yeah. Kevin O'Connell looks like a young Bud Grant. Ooh, Viking Jerome. It's a tall order, even if he looks like him.
Yeah, tall order. Similar eyes.
Too early to have any fears. Yeah, I could see that. There's only 2 types of Kevin.
I'm kind of scared of his pitcher.
Uh-oh.
That's true.
Bud Ever Young. Billy Batts in the house. Good to see him. So, all right, let's go to pros. Easy one. Offensive minded. All right, we love to see the whole new offense of everything you read about him, though. Players, coaches that are with him, they love the dude. They love him. They're sad to see him go. He's actually personable. He's outgoing. They say he's a positive Polly. Comes in the room, spins anything negative into positive. I love it. I can't wait to see this guy with the media. It's going to be night and day compared to old grumpy-ass old man refusing to talk to players.
And he's got great cheekbones, too. Let's get that out there up front and foremost. Really, not you, Kevin O'Connell. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I hope he's one of these guys who gives honest answers to questions and doesn't do the same old bullshit answers we've seen so many times with Zimmer or Spielman, just kind of, giving the cookie cutter answer to these questions. I want to see him go a little, what's his chops down there? Mike McDaniel, what the hell's his name over there in Miami? Answer questions like that guy does, because that is refreshing and something to see. So that will be good. And I think another positive, just he could be here a long time. I mean, this is a coach. He's young right now. If he has the success a lot of us think he can have, he could be your next coach for the next decade. So that's something I think is huge for this organization. Have that stability long term. I think he could bring you that, assuming things do work out.
A lot of pros. All right, Kevin O'Connell. Welcome. Can't wait. So damn excited. Seeing a comment where he's going to bring in a bunch of Rams. Well, we'll see that. We'll see if that happens. I hope so.
Rams players or Rams coaches? Because I think
Rams players.
Yeah, we'll hop into that too. We'll see. Obviously, looking at when the coaching staff's settled, different free agents from those teams those other guys were with. So we will hit that up for sure. Let's talk about the other news that broke today. I don't know if it's really breaking, but supposedly you did a video on it earlier. But Deshaun Watson, there's two teams he'd be willing to come to: Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, he can want anything he wants. Like in my video, I said Drew Samia probably wants to be a Hall of Famer. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Yeah,
I mean, it's obviously the draw here. I'm sure it's Justin Jefferson. He wants to play Justin Jefferson. Had this young coach too, but I just want to see what people think. I want to see who actually wants Deshaun Watson here.
I was surprised because I put a poll on the page and I figured it was going to be very one-sided, but more people wanted him than didn't, which I really couldn't believe. I thought it was going to be a lot of no's.
Yeah, it's not super cut and dry, but I'm pretty firm in my stance. Very firm.
I mean, he's got clearly no one is going to trade for him until all this shit he's got out there is put to bed, and he is not on the hook for any of that. But when that happens, if he's off the hook on everything or they settle whatever, his price is just going to go way the hell up. So it's not going to happen. There's no way in hell this is going to happen.
Yeah, it's one of those things where right now it's a strong no. We look at the legal troubles, what they're asking for him. They're asking 5 first-round picks. I don't know what you'd end up settling for. His contract is huge. Yeah, he's a great player, but it's just right now the timing is horrible. You don't know what you're getting with him as far as that legal standpoint. It's just a hard time to trade for a guy. And then, but here's the flip side, though. You say you don't make the deal and you end up getting like a Sam Howell or something in round 2, and he just sucks. And you're like, God, you know what? We should have traded for Deshaun Watson. You're watching him go to a new team and rip it up. So that's the flip side. That's the downside where we've seen it before. You don't make the big trade, and the guy rips it up, and the guy you're stuck with sucks ass. So that could happen here, but right now it's just way too risky. There's no way the Vikings can do this move.
There's no way they're getting anywhere near. They can ask whatever they want. I mean, whatever ends up happening for Deshaun Watson, it's going to be way lower than anyone would ever guess.
And that, especially if it happens now before any legal stuff's cleared up, because I mean, why would any team invest that much if he's just going to, be in prison for the next 20 years?
Yeah, so Deshaun Watson, that was surprising when we saw it. No doubt that he just lists the Vikings. Maybe he just was looking at salary cap, Kirk Cousins. All right, well, that makes sense. I mean, who knows what it is? He said that gets the excitement playing with Justin Jefferson. Who won't get excited about that? And Galapagos can throw 10 touchdowns a year if he had Justin Jefferson. So we'll see. I'm sure it'll be a talker since he said that until he's somewhere.
Be a lot of shovel passes. I have a shoulder injury.
Ed Guy rocks. Sam Howell more than anything in the world.
Yeah. I'm not a big Sam Howell guy myself. So yeah, Deshaun Watson. I think everybody's kind of off the train there. It's just no way. It's just not happening. So
Real Jabroni, I absolutely know what you're talking about. Doesn't seem like there's many pro Deshaun Watsons in the house tonight, though.
Yeah, it's. Again, that salary is going to be crazy. What you're going to give up to get him is insane. And, hey, that's how the Rams won the Super Bowl. They gave up all their draft picks. But right now –
They got a couple more pieces than what the Vikings would have in Watson, though.
It's true.
And don't get me wrong. It's a completely different scenario. The Vikings are so far away. They're not a Deshaun Watson away. Of course he's going to make the Vikings better. But Moving on. We talked about Deshaun Watson enough.
Yeah, let's go on. Let's go. So, watching the Super Bowl, and you're watching this game unfold, and you got some very, very intense situations here. Going for it on 4th and 1s. The way that game ended, another 4th and 1 where you drop him back, and then Don comes and gets the sack. Could you guys imagine this? Watching this as a Vikings fan, I'm thinking to myself, how many beers would I have to down to get through this game, to feel okay, to not shit my pants every play, to throw up, to have a heart attack? So what would it take for you guys? How much would you have to drink, smoke, snort, whatever it is, to get through watching the Vikings in a Super Bowl? It would just, the intensity would just blow me out of the water.
Brennan King. Love some Matt Corral.
My
My answer is going to be fairly surprising. Prince was the best halftime show ever. Dirk Diggler, it's pretty close, but that was pretty damn good last Sunday. Loved it. It was so good. It was so good.
I was hoping for the Tupac to show up when he started playing Ain't Mad At You on the piano, but didn't happen. 12 voodoos for Bob Swede. That's a lot of
voodoos. I would be taking it nice and easy. I want to remember that Super Bowl. I'm not cool as a cucumber, just sipping on those beers after the victory.
Oh,
huff and snort and drink whatever you put in front of me. I wouldn't give two shits.
I would be just slamming them. I'd have to. I could not. I just need to calm down. So I'd probably be at about, let's say, 18 by the time the game's over. Just throwing them down.
Sounds like a Tuesday afternoon.
Wow.
Buffalo Trace whiskey. Ellis Gregor and that damn whiskey.
Buffalo Trace. Smoke that with an ace.
Let's talk some free agency. Before we hop into the draft, let's look at some free agents. Let's take our wallet out of it. If money was not an option, out of all the free agents, who would we want to bring in to Minnesota?
Yeah,
some good ones. There's some top-heavy guys out there.
There is, and there's some guys available at some key positions the Vikings do need to address. So what would you guys do? Who would you go with? If money was no option, what free agent would you bring in here? Number one choice.
Wow, Buffalo Trace getting rave reviews from the real jabroni. I got to be honest, I've never heard of it.
No, I don't
know anything about whiskey.
Yeah, I don't either. Windsor. Is there any other kind besides Windsor? Scherf, Rodgers, OBJ. I don't know if those guys are serious.
Two of them right back to back. Rodgers isn't a free agent, Bob. Breaking his heart here.
We got two Rodgers. Maybe they mean different Rodgers.
Brandon Scherf, Art Vandelay in the house. Always good to see him. Center, the best available. Who was the best center?
Was it
Orlando Brown? Where are we going to play him?
Yeah, I don't know. Jensen, that's the best center.
Nobody said my guy yet.
No one said my guy either.
It's probably because we're really unoriginal.
I don't know. Mine's not an obvious one, I don't think.
Sheriff. Jensen. Is that Ryan Jensen? Is that
hey? Swayze crazed. Donate $5. We could read
hey, Swayze. Thank you, sir.
He's still hanging upside down. Old 50 Cent. They couldn't get him out that thing.
50 Cent was looking large and in charge these days. Looked like he could beat some ass. He could probably be a hell of a right guard.
Yeah, he would be. Maybe a
Gilmore,
nose tackle even.
Jensen from the Bucs. That's who it is. Keem Hicks all day out of everybody. Wow. Guard. Patrick Swayze. The question was, money not an option. We could bring in any free agent. You got to be a free agent, though. Rodgers isn't a free agent. Who would you bring in?
Mm-hmm. Cody Horn doesn't care how many Rosentugs Watson has. Get him. Rashawn Lattimore.
I like his honesty.
The ass cheek interceptor.
Marshawn Lattimore. All right. Nobody said mine. I'm bringing Devontae Adams. Why the hell wouldn't you? He's the best free agent out there. It's not even close. He's going to make the most money. He's going to be the best one. Pair him up. Offense. Best player available. Bring him in.
Well, I went with more of a need. I went with J.C. Jackson, the cornerback from New England. This kid's still young. He's in the second contract.
You take him over Devontae Adams?
Yeah, I'm addressing the need. I'm not taking a wide receiver. I don't want another wide receiver here. We got Justin Jefferson. Feeling we're okay at wide receiver. Yes, Devontae Adams is a great player. I'm going after need.
Super good.
Yeah, I don't want to have a rookie corner and Cam Dancer being our starters. We got to bring in somebody.
Doesn't matter. We're going to score 1,000 points with Devontae Adams.
If you can't, we scored plenty of points last year. He couldn't stop anybody. He couldn't hold on to any leagues. That would happen again.
I'm sorry.
You got to get a starting corner. J.C. Jackson, not a huge name out there, but this guy is super damn good. Great ball skills. Doesn't get beat over the top. Just a smart, good damn player who you can get still young. So to me, it's J.C. Jackson. Get him in here. He's your starter. Then you can still go corner round one. You can stick with Cam Dancer, but you're crushing a huge need by bringing in this guy.
Cornerback, I won't argue it too much. They have good receivers already. You know what? They had good receivers in Chris Carter and Jake Reed too. They put Randy Moss in. Look what happened. Sheriff Gilmore. A lot of cornerbacks. Should be.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. Vikings number one need for the Vikings.
Well, it's fun to go to fantasy land. Unfortunately, the free agents will be old, decrepit people or rookies that didn't live up to their first contract.
Yeah, but we had pretty low expectations last year, and they went and brought Patrick Peterson, Delvin Tomlinson, Mackenzie Alexander. They brought in names that we still weren't expecting, bigger names we thought they'd been on. So we'll probably see that again this year.
And Ellis Gregor, Chandler Jones is on my list, but I didn't realize he's like 32. For some reason, I thought he was like 28.
He was on mine.
I took him off when I saw his age.
I almost went with Chandler Jones. Von Miller was there too. A couple guys very, very tempting, but yeah, the age threw me off. That's why I went with the young guy, the young corner who can still be here for the next 6 years.
All right. Well, that's fantasy land. Should we? Let's a little more free agency. Vikings free agency. If we had to pick between these three players, as far as the top, I'd consider these the top free agents, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and you could throw somebody else in there if you want, but this is kind of to me the top three.
We got Patrick Peterson, we got Tyler Conklin, and Sheldon Richardson. If you could bring one of those guys back, who are we bringing back? Who's the one guy we need?
Who would you bring back of those three?
It's a tough one, actually.
Yeah, it is. It is tough. We got Sheldon, we got PP, we got Sheldon, we got Sheldon's PP.
No Conkedon glove.
Pat Pete played well. Patrick Peterson.
I'm actually kind of surprised though with Patrick Peterson's.
No love for the Conkedon.
There's Conkedon.
I got Roxanne Matamita. There we go.
About time.
A little molt them out there and resuscitated him.
PP, all lowercase.
Smart. Swire in. We should stay at the Swire Inn and do a show live from there.
Dirk Diggler really wants to see you with your shirt off.
You're gonna be I'm looking more like Mac Jones.
Double P. Doug Peters, if you could keep one Vikings free agent between Sheldon Richardson, Conkedonk, and Patrick Peterson.
Richardson, yeah, Peterson and Conk.
Who would it be?
Yes, Cody Horn.
Irv's coming back. All right, I'm. You go first.
I actually went with Tyler Conklin. You pair him with Irv Smith Jr. And you can't count on Irv Smith Jr. being healthy. So I like the way Conklin's just kind of slowly progressed and then he has the year he had last year. You put him in here. Kevin O'Connell loves using the tight end. I could see him using him a lot of the same way he used Tyler Higbee. So I think Conkedonk and Irv Smith could both be very productive. And you know what you're getting here. And instead of going with a rookie or a free agent you're not familiar with, you got Conk here. So I would go Conk. I think you can find another veteran corner to kind of be that leader. And Richardson, the 3-4, I mean, he'd probably be a pretty damn good in that situation. But I'm going to go Conklin.
Well, SKOL Mafia pretty much steals my point here. I'm going Patrick Peterson strictly because we're going to have some young corners coming in. And we're going to need some sort of vet back there to help them along. And it sure the hell ain't going to be – what's up?
You just finished? You're like, some.
We're going to need some veteran back there. Sure the hell ain't going to be Cam Dancer or Chris Boyd. So I'm bringing Patrick Peterson back. Looking at Kevin O'Connell, or at least the Rams, it seems like it was Tyler Higbee or nothing as far as tight end. They didn't really look at any other tight end or get anyone else the ball. So I would take – I mean, I'm just hoping Irv Smith is back healthy. So I'm taking Patrick Peterson. Come on down.
Yeah, it's
Patty
tough.
P.
In a perfect world, you'd bring all these fellows back.
I do. Sheldon Richardson was actually probably my second.
Yeah, no, he'd be nice to have as well. All right, so that is a little bit of free agency. We'll definitely hop into that more as things really get rolling here coming up. So let's talk Minnesota Vikings draft. Let's talk pick 12. Anybody? Let's just start here. Preference at pick 12. If we could pick the number one position right now that you think they're going to take, or maybe you want them to take at pick 12, what is that position that you want to see the Vikings address at the 12th pick?
Realistic. I mean, Kyle Hamilton can't really. Anyone says Kyle Hamilton.
So let's look for another position. We're not going to name player. Let's go with the position we want to see him use it on.
Position?
Yeah.
With the pile driver reverse.
I think I need you to demonstrate that.
Center, corner. SKOL Mafia is cheating. He's already listing off a player.
God damn you, SKOL Mafia.
Came from the heart. Ellis Gregor wants that edge rusher. Boye Mafia is going to be a first rounder by the time this is all over. Can still get him in round 3 in Draft Network's mock draft, though. And I take him every
time. There's a lot of guys who are way down the board there on those simulators, but they'll update him eventually. Yeah, I also
on the board. That guy rocks. Him and I are thinking the same.
That's just a cop out.
Not really. McDuffie. Vandalay wants to trade back a little bit. A lot of corner. It's pretty. Lot of cornerbacks here. A couple centers.
Yeah, and I saw there was a couple outside linebackers as well. And to me, as corner, I just think the value at corner is going to be better than what you're going to see in round 2. I mean, obviously, I feel like there's better edge rushers that could be on the board in round 2 that there'd be a corner. So I would start with corner, get my edge rusher later. That's my ideal preference right now. So to me, it's cornerback. It's the team's biggest need, and hopefully there's some great value there in one of those top 2 guys.
Yeah, cornerback, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And if the top 2 corners are gone, I like McDuffie, but I would almost lean towards one of those linebackers just because the value is so damn high. You said at edge rushers, we can get an edge rusher in round 2. There's some damn good edge rushers here, and maybe Boye Mafia slips to round 2. We get Boye Mafia, I'm coming on live, and I'm just going to shotgun beer after beer.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, if he's there in round 2.
There's no way he's going to be there.
Maybe. You never know.
You're right.
You just never know.
Cornerback, defense.
Yeah, but I mean, you could look at an edge rusher at 12 too. And I think probably by the time the draft rolls around, we'll have some corners that maybe are around that 12th pick of round 2 where we could look and maybe it would feel good. But I mean, Jermaine Johnson, David Ojabo, those would be nice consolation prizes at 12 as well. So those are 2 positions I'm looking at. But to me, corner is far and above the number 1 target at this point. Let's talk about some guys that you don't want to see the team take.
Let's talk some names at 12 too.
I thought we did that last week, but we can throw some names around, sure. We just mentioned a couple of edge rushers: Jermaine Johnson, David Ojabo, George Karlaftis, all been linked to the Vikings in various mocks.
David Ojabo.
Give some really strange angst against David Ojabo.
I'd hate 1-year guys, and he's a 1-year guy, and I'm usually wrong. If some of these 1-year edge rushers all of a sudden just come off the map and have 12 sacks, they pan out very well, but it just scares the shit out of me. I like guys who've done it a couple of years. And Ojabo playing behind Hutchinson, all of a sudden just rips it up 1 year. Scares me.
Sometimes you gotta look at what he brings to the table, his ability, his physical skills.
Yes. Devin Lloyd, Stingley, Sauce, Linderbaum, Kobe Dean. We've talked about them all. You're right. I mean, it's not like there's once we start hitting free agency, once we start releasing players, I'm sure there'll be some new guys in the mix, but those will be the names, hot and heavy.
And yeah, there'll be some risers as well. But yeah, right now, I think those are kind of all the names. You got to throw the quarterbacks all in there. I think those all make sense for the Vikings at pick 12. We've pretty much mentioned them all. Jordan Davis, another one.
Bill Lundberg, what's your favorite dipping sauce? That's what I want to know.
I could see him being like a honey mustard guy.
I could see him like everything. A little bit of everything. A little swamp ass. All right, what are we talking, guys? We don't want.
Yeah, is there anybody right now that you see it in a mock and you're like, God damn it, I do not want that guy. And maybe it's not even justified at this point. Just a gut feeling, somebody you just don't want at 12. We all have that every year. Just the pick that makes you sick.
Everybody has their do not want list, and they put them on, especially in round 1. You got your 2-3 players where if they take them, you're pissed off, you're sick to your stomach for about 5 minutes, and then you get over it and you love them.
Yeah. Yep.
I already got some players.
Yeah, I got 2 right now that really just, I don't know. The one I think will probably change in a couple weeks. I'll probably end up loving them pretty soon, but right now it just doesn't do it for me.
Just doesn't do it for you.
Who's George?
George Karlaftis.
Oh, is that what JD93 is talking about?
Wow, Linderbaum. Julius Grover does not want Linderbaum.
I don't trust anybody named after Sesame Street characters. That's his dipping sauce, Linderbaum?
It's a secret. He's not telling us. Sage Myers does not want Stingley.
Really?
Pickett is ass, no arm. I'm not off the Pickett train, but I wouldn't be overly excited. I don't want that.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised with the Stingley one. I wonder what Sage Myers' reasoning is. I'd love to see that.
Dirk Diggler, you stay tuned.
I've been asking him for months.
Well, one of my guys that I don't want is George Karlaftis. There's a couple reasons. His big thing is he's strong. He overpowers players. He's not going to get away with that in the NFL. You can't just go on your power. And the second reason is because his name is George. I can't get on board with a first-round pick, George. I can't. I'm sorry. It's rude.
And another thing I don't like about him is his frame. He's just kind of stocky. He's doesn't got the long limbs, not real lean. He's just this short, stocky little dude. So, not little. He's probably twice the size of me, but he just looks little when you watch him on film. So, yeah, Karlaftis not exactly getting my parts tingling. And I got to be honest, right now, Trent McDuffie doesn't do much for me, and I know he's rising.
He will.
But at pick 12, he's 5'11". He's a great tackler. I want the guy, if we're taking a corner in the top 15 picks, I want him to have that size. I want him to be like as big as Sauce Gardner, have the long, lanky arms. That's kind of the guy that I would want if I was going corner. And the more I read about McDuffie, the more I'm going to probably end up liking him. So I'm sure he'll be off this list. But right now, I saw he was in McShay's mock today, and I'm just like, nah, just not doing it for me.
Edgar rocks Eddie George. George is the last name, though, so that's a little bit different.
The
real reason is because he just relies on his power. Let me be clear about that. McDuffie, I'm actually warming up to. I'm forcing myself to warm up to him because I know it's probably a very decent possibility that he could be that pick. Let's see. I had Karlaftis. I don't want any defensive tackle. Uninterested. I don't want any defensive tackle.
You never have in round 1.
I know, but especially this year because of what we got, we're going to end up with keeping Tomlinson or Pierce.
Yeah, but even if you do, you're only going to have
invest in a Jordan Davis.
You're only going to have him for 1 year. You're going to have one of those guys for 1 year. Then they're going to be a free agent. So you're going to have to get a nose tackle.
I think Jordan Davis isn't really worth the 12th pick. I don't think it's close. And I think if they waited till round 2, you could probably still get a decent one, or even till next year.
A guy like George Davis doesn't come around every year. This guy is ginormous. I mean, he's just ideal nose tackle, and I would have no problem taking him. He's not obviously top of my list, but I would not be upset one bit. Another guy, the one other one for me that right now I think would be gross, and the only reason I bring him up is because he went 11 in our YouTubers mock. Quarterback Sam Howell. Of all the quarterbacks, I mean, round 1, there's pretty much 3 I'd be okay with. Coral, Pickett, and Wills. I do not want Sam Howell. To me, he just looks like Baker Mayfield. He's just got that same exact build as him. He didn't look that impressive during the Senior Bowl. So Sam Howell, to me, not a first-round talent. Do not want anything to do with him at pick 12.
Yeah, if that's the pick at pick 12, I will have no reproductive organs anymore. It'll be out my window.
Oh, my God.
Ripped clean off. Yes, Kevin Williams was a first-round pick, and he was fantastic. And Lepicus and I both hated that pick when it happened. But he also, it's more of the fact that we're going to be running a 3-4. It's a nose tackle. I don't know. Just really don't want one.
I'd be fine with Jordan Davis or Trent Jerome, either one of those guys.
Those mitts.
Should you be a hand model? Let me see the other side of your hand. Oh no, you shouldn't.
You're right. And Jordan Davis, watching him was he is a machine. So he'd be a guy that if we got, I would love him in about 3 minutes. So don't get me wrong. Yeah. Tim Voss, him and I absolutely on this one. No other quarterback. If it was a quarterback, it's got to be Willis or bust.
Yeah.
Trade back.
That's how I feel with Trent McDuffie, the corner. I don't want to take the third best corner in this draft at pick 12. Move back a little bit if you can.
Bill Lundberg is reading a lot of blogs right now very quickly.
Who the hell is Brandon Smith?
Let's go with it. Everyone agrees. Davis, do you think Hunter will be coming back and healthy? I hope so. I hope he's back.
Well, someone has to go. Who's it going to be? It's
a lot of Georges today.
It's sure sounding like Kirk Cousins is going to be here. So the other huge contract is Daniel Hunter. So I don't know if both those guys are going to be on this team next year. One's going to have to go. I mean, someone's got to get cut here. They've got to free up some money somehow. So of the two, I'd rather see Hunter here, but I hope he can get some extra picks too. So we'll see what happens.
You just wait till they start cutting Adam Thielen and Harrison Smith, crying purple tears.
I hate for them to cut Adam Thielen.
Brandon Smith, Penn State linebacker, you baby.
Well, speaking of
this stuff,
let's talk about some other guys we're maybe not so familiar with. Maybe some guys who could be had down the board. So maybe day 3 options right now. Who are some guys, late rounders, that are on your radar?
Game changer. If Willis is there, what do you give up for him? Also having a shot, you should too. Oh, he's having a shot. Hello. Oh. If Willis is there, what do you give up for him? Like we're trading up for him?
I don't know what it means. Where is he going to be? If he's at 12, you don't trade anything. You just take him.
I want to know what kind of shot he's taking. I want to know if he means to trade up or trade back.
Yeah, I don't know. Smith is good.
I wouldn't trade up for Willis if that's what he's asking. Uninterested.
No, I wouldn't either. But if he's sitting here staring at the face at 12, I think you almost got to take him at that point. Sad but true. Great song.
I'd be a fan in this year's draft trading back to like pick 16, 17, 18, getting another pick. Oof.
Yeah, that would be
glorious. Swire's in. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it is. So, all right. So let's. I saw Volson.
Shot of whiskey. And he wants to trade up. No.
Is it? What the hell was that stuff? True Bull. What was it? What was it called before? Whiskey we were talking about. Tough Buff. Bill
Lundberg will not be taking a tight end. Never know.
Record.
Never say never. All right, let's talk about some late round guys. We're gonna start talking more draft. We gotta stop every week. We got to start talking about some players just to get ourselves very familiar. And also, I was thinking, this is every Wednesday. We need to really come up with a name for this show. The Wednesday live show just really doesn't have a good ring to it. So we gotta put our thinking caps on that one.
Well, maybe it'd be worth a little swag worthy if we get some good mentions over.
Yeah, if you guys end up naming this Wednesday live show, you will get swag. Buffalo Trace, that's what he's talking about.
That's what it was, Buffalo Trace. I was close. I said Tough Buff. I had the same letters.
Tough Muff. Had a couple of those. Real tough, real Brillo patty, as they say. AJ Barnes, he's all for Pickett if Willis is gone. That guy rocks.
If Pickett and Willis are gone.
Wednesday whack-offs. Dirk Diggler. You know what? That's the first.
That's not bad.
That's the first Wet Wednesdays. That's actually not bad. So, you guys got a one-track mind.
We got some options here. Okay.
Johnny Molina went for the more vanilla scoop with Top Topics Live. Not Wet Muff or whatever that was.
Nothing to do with Wednesday. We got some names coming in too here. James Mitchell, tight end. Marcus Jones, corner. Josh Joby, corner. Mike Rose, linebacker. All from Sage Meyer's beautiful mind.
Mike Rose, linebacker. See, Iowa State.
Used to be a grave digger up the shore.
Sage Myers. I think I might be right on that. Mike Rose. I think Iowa State.
I'm pretty sure I drafted in one of my recent mock drafts. I did. BS
Montemita is the Bearskin Wednesdays. Montemita, you are a damn pervert. I went more Wicked Wednesday breakdowns. It's getting closer. It's getting closer.
It's a little wordy.
Wet and Wiggly Wednesdays. You guys keep those things coming because we really do need to have a name for this. I went more like rounds 5 to anywhere 7.
And it's hard to know at this point. These guys could sneak up into. I actually went to a lot of guys we already talked about in our East-West Shrine game because those, to me, these are guys I love so much, and I shouldn't, but I do.
There we go. Iowa State. Knew it. I've been talking a lot of Jalen Petrie, the safety from Baylor. I'm going with the other safety from Baylor, JT Woods. Bring them both home.
You want
JT Woods, big, 6'2", 188. He's big. He's physical. Big old frame. Good tackler. Great awareness. 4-year player. And, he's going to be a special teamer right off the bat. But he's also a guy that could end up being a starter very soon in his career. So I love me some JT Woods. He's been getting a lot of love lately. He could be a late riser.
You think he gets into day 2?
No.
All right.
I wouldn't mind him in round 5.
Julius Grover, thank you very much, sir. Zion Johnson, he's no late rounder. Dirk.
Julius Grover, thank you.
All right, I'm going a guy I've already talked about, but the tight end, Jelani Woods out of Virginia. This guy's 6'7", 275 pounds. He moves. No one that big should move as well as this guy does. He's fast. He's quick. He's athletic. You can just throw this thing up. He can go up and get it. For whatever reason, I do these mock drafts. He's still there in like round 7. Like you got to type him in. He's super low ranked. He had a great East-West Shrine week. Jelani Woods, the tight end from Virginia. It's a need the Vikings you're going to have to address because I don't think Tyler Conklin's coming back. Can't afford him. You need somebody else to back up Irv Smith Jr. Jelani Woods, to me, is a very impressive specimen, a rare kind of guy with that kind of size, that kind of speed. You just don't see it. I expect him to skyrocket up boards as we get closer to this thing. If he runs at the combine, that could definitely improve his stock. So Jelani Woods, a guy very high on my list and a guy I think can be had at this point on day 3 of the draft.
Is he actually invited to the combine?
I haven't checked. He should be. I would be surprised if he wasn't.
All right. That's me. I'm super good fisher. I got Thayer Munford, Ohio State offensive lineman, 6'6", 320. He's going to be a guard. Can play multiple spots along the line. 5th-year senior, started a ton of games. He's just kind of a bowling ball. He's really tough, not very athletic. Another developmental guy, but I'm putting my faith in with this coaching staff that they can actually develop mid-round offensive linemen. Clearly, the past Vikings coaching staff stepped on their dicks constantly with these guys. Thayer Munford, bring him home. Iowa State big man. He's ginormous.
Shit, I think it was a year ago. Thayer Munford was looked at as a first-round pick in those early mocks that come out. He was way up there. Thayer Munford. I'll be on board for a little Thayer.
Yeah, he definitely had a worse year this year. Last year, he was very, very touted. He even got invited to the Senior Bowl last year. He didn't this year.
Yeah, sad. Maybe he should have left.
Well, this is going to be a gift for the Vikings in round 6. Thayer Munford.
Hell yeah, Thayer Munford. What a name, too.
Maybe that should be the name of our Wednesday show. Thayer Munford.
Someone just put cock and balls, which isn't bad. If you go KOC, cock and balls.
On point. That sounds too much like Dateline. Like we're going to be talking about something serious. And let's hump and chat.
Let's hump.
Yeah, rocks. All right, who else you got?
It's a guy I know you like too. It's Jack Sanborn, the linebacker from Wisconsin. This guy, he is kind of your definition of a downhill thumper. He can come and attack. This guy closes so damn quick on the quarterback. And he's not just a guy who racks up tackles. 29 tackles for a loss, 11.5 sacks. Probably not someone you're going to want to drop in coverage very often, but let him attack downhill. Let him go after that quarterback. Let him go after that ball carrier. You put this guy in the middle of your defense, this could be a day 3 guy who produces right out the gate.
Yeah, Sanborn is a guy that I think could go kind of anywhere. I mean, if he went, even if he went round 4 or late round 3, or if he went round 6, I wouldn't be that surprised. Those Wisconsin linebackers are just those tough, hard-nosed guys that I don't think you want to drop any of those guys in coverage.
No. You just let them attack, do their thing, and you put somebody else in coverage. Feces smear Wednesday.
Disgusting. I can only imagine what's in that bookshelf behind him.
God, I forgot
Jack Sanborn, yes. Special teams guy. Him and Tough Borland be out there in the field at the same time. I can't think of anything better.
I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but Tough Borland was let go today.
No, he wasn't. He'll never be let go. Never. All right, the next guy we got, Jermaine Waller, cornerback, Virginia Tech, 6'1", 180. We know we need cornerbacks. We know we're going to double dip at this. And we did our mock draft the last time, and he was actually our last pick and I picked him, and I didn't know much about him, so I had to go do some digging on Jermaine Waller, and he's pretty damn good. Everyone was saying that we got a steal in Jermaine Waller, and so it was him and Caleb Farley in 2019. They were one of the best duos in college. 4 interceptions in 5 games this year. He's got size. He's got ball skills. He missed most of 2020, which definitely hurt his draft stock. But if he would have played that year, I think his name would have been a lot hotter. Needs to work on his tackling, but he's got a sniffer for the ball.
Sniffer for the ball. What's his name again?
Jermaine Waller.
I was trying to remember what the hell feces smear was all about.
Yeah, not good.
I don't think I want to know. Jermaine Waller.
Club Wednesdays. I like that.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You mentioned the guy, Thayer Munford, who was once seen as a very, very high pick, potentially first rounder. This guy was too over a year ago. It's my boy from Miami, my enforcer, Bubba Bolden, 6'3", 240 pounds. This guy is a missile. You put him up the line of scrimmage, let him attack. Maybe he ends up at linebacker. I don't know. He's not really a great coverage safety, but you got to have every now and then that enforcer type who strikes fear into opposing receivers. Bubba Bolden is that guy. Maybe he's the next Cam Chancellor. Maybe he's the next Greg Blue. I don't know. But right now you can kind of he's coming off the boards and mocks between round 5 and 7, depending where you find him. But I'm a big fan of Bubba Bolden. Really do like this cat, and I think he could be someone who comes in and definitely has a special teams role out of the gate.
Now, you've mentioned Bubba Bolden a handful of times. I mean, let's be clear. Most of it's because his name is Bubba. We just be honest.
That's how I found him. Then you start reading more about him. Like, God dang, this guy's good too. Box of raisins Wednesday. That's confusing. Those little boxes of Sun-Made raisins, they're this big, and I swear to God, there was about 90 raisins in those things. It's never ending.
Yeah, well, there could have been one in there, and I would have ate nothing worse than a box of raisins. Yuck. Underrated. Actually, yogurt-covered raisins are worse than a box of raisins.
Yeah, I'd rather have regular raisins.
I'd rather eat my own ass than yogurt-covered raisins.
I wouldn't. I'd eat the yogurt-covered raisins for sure.
Morning Dump is a good 7th rounder, very strong. My Morning Dump is good. Oh, shit. All right.
Those are some names, and a lot of guys dropping names, which is nice. I got to get some of these names off here and do some studying.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some hot and heavy draft talk for sure in these coming episodes. Coming months. Ethan Griffith feels like raisins like I do. Hates them. Where's
Griff been? He's been really quiet all day. Raisins, fuck, that's not very nice to raisins.
Billy. I think I've figured out the mystery. I always sleep on this side. Maybe it just rubs off at night. I don't know.
Let's get some Cheetos. Just rub some Cheetos right there.
No, I don't want to do that. It's gross.
Not Cheetos Puffs.
Cheetos Puffs. Well, that's pretty much it. Kevin O'Connell is definitely the big news. It's a great day. I can't wait to watch his press conference. We'll have to get some on, probably do another mock draft here real soon. Tomorrow we got an episode coming out. What is it? What the hell was it?
Draft one, right?
Draft one. Unexpected picks. That could be a pick 12.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so we'll definitely probably break down the press conference as well. Ethan Griffith joining us from Costco. Maybe get some toilet paper, some paper.
Get a ginormous bag of chips. A lot of hump days. I think maybe it's live hump. Maybe it's hump day live with One Bar and Lupica. I think hump day seems to be the theme.
Yeah, we need to make a little graphic of us humping.
Camel show, camel toe, camel with the commercial. Get it? All right, camel toe.
Not bad.
His mother hike up her pants, and that could be the logo.
That's not the logo we're gonna want to see. Hi, Mom. I know you're watching. What the fuck Wednesdays?
She ain't gonna remember.
I don't know. She might.
All right. Thanks for everybody hopping on. We'll be back hot and heavy every damn day. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all the draft talk. Love this shit.
Let's keep it going. And remember this till next time. There is a bird in Mexico that seduces females by moonwalking along branches.